After Amado's kinda sus explanation of things in Boruto Chapter 75, it seems like we were left with more questions than answers. And according to Momoshiki, my subscribers in the comment section, the biggest question from Boruto Chapter 75 seems to be, why did Amado lie about Eida's love charm ability? And the next biggest question seems to be, what is Amado's connection to Shibai Otsutsuki? So naturally, I want to talk about both, with today focusing more on Eida's love charm. Most of us probably agree that Amado is clearly hiding something, or multiple things, and while he will probably explain a bit more in the next chapter, I don't think he plans on explaining everything to everyone, and Momoshiki and Eida make this obvious. First, let's take another look at what Amado says in this chapter. Amado said that he didn't develop these unbelievable abilities that Naruto refers to, but instead transplanted things that already existed. And he says Eida and Daemon's abilities were brought about by a god named Shibai Otsutsuki, and he later confirmed to Naruto that Eida and Daemon's cheat-like powers are originally abilities that Shibai Otsutsuki possessed. And Amado says transplanting Shibai's DNA results in the endowing of one or more of his abilities. So essentially, Amado says in 4 different ways that Eida and Daemon's powers came from Shibai, and Shibai had these same powers. Furthermore, Amado says that in addition to Eida and Daemon's abilities, Kote's claw marks are also Shinjutsu, as are the Sukuna Hikona and Daikoku Ten that Kawaki inherited from Isshiki. This panel heavily implies that all of Eida and Daemon's previously mentioned abilities are Shinjutsu, not just some of them, and that's because he just says Eida and Daemon's abilities, whereas for Kote and Kawaki, Amado specified the specific abilities that are Shinjutsu, those being Kote's claw marks and Sukuna Hikona and Daikoku Ten. Isshiki had other abilities that Kawaki can learn, like flying, dimension travel via the Karma Seal for Kawaki, and however Isshiki did it, and so on. The fact that Amado specified for Kawaki and Code and not for Eida and Daemon does imply he means all of Eida and Daemon's abilities are Shinjutsu. And then he says Karma is another Shinjutsu. Meanwhile, Momoshiki says that he has an intimate understanding of all extant Shinjutsu, and Amado asserted that Eida's abilities are Shinjutsu, and her Senrigan is in fact a Shinjutsu, but her love charm power cannot be because Momoshiki knows all Shinjutsu, but he's never heard of such an ability, and so it's possible that Amado is lying. And when Boruto asks why would Amado need to lie about that, Momoshiki says, "Indeed, that is what raises the question." And that's what I really want to talk about today. Why would Amado lie about this? I think it is very likely that Momoshiki is in fact right about this, and Amado is lying somewhere or hiding a really key detail, because Eida also implies this when she says, "At the very least, those events he told us about were all true," in reference to Amado's daughter and her death being real. This basically means that she either knows Amado lied about something, or she's just not sure if he told the truth or not about the other stuff. But she knows Amado's daughter did exist, and she did die when she was 24. And considering that Momoshiki knows who Shibai was, it says he knows all existing Shinjutsu, it's highly unlikely that Shibai had this love ability in the past, or else Momoshiki would have heard of it before. And not just Shibai. It doesn't seem like any Otsutsuki had this ability, because otherwise, Momoshiki would still know about it. Jesus. So not only is Amado seemingly lying about Eida's love charm being a Shinjutsu, he's also seemingly lying about Shibai having that same ability, and seemingly about the fact that it's an Otsutsuki power at all. So this leaves us with 4 options. But before I get into those, while I might not have Eida's love charm ability, that doesn't mean you can't be like Delta and show me some love. And subscribe, like the video, hit the bell icon for notifications so you don't miss future videos on this channel. Anyway though, option 1 is that Amado managed to create a new Shinjutsu ability. Option 2 is that it's some sort of ability Amado transplanted from someone other than Shibai. Option 3 is that he created a new ninja tech ability that's not Shinjutsu. And option 4 is that Shibai essentially created this ability for Eida, and so Amado actually didn't lie about it coming from Shibai or being a Shinjutsu. He just didn't explain why that was the case. And Momoshiki didn't know about it because it was just kind of a secret thing going on. The first 3 options involve Amado lying, and the 4th is more so just leaving out very key details. Regardless of which option ends up being correct, they all have the same thing in common. Amado wants everyone to believe that Eida's love charm ability came from transplanting Shibai's DNA into her body, just like her and Daemon's other abilities, and that's all there is to it. Meaning that Amado wants you to believe that that ability kind of just happened by chance, and not because he specifically wanted her to have that ability in particular. That is the answer to Boruto's question to Momoshiki, that Momoshiki also found suspicious. Why would Amado need to lie about that?
Seriously? You asked why?
He wants to draw attention away from her love ability, but he doesn't want everyone to know that he had a hand in Eida receiving it, and he doesn't want everyone to realize that there's more to his plans than he's telling us. And Eida may or may not know more about this, since she did hint that Amado might be lying about some things. If she does know about this could be why she really hates Amado so much. She might know that it wasn't just a by chance thing, but instead an intentional decision, making her even more angry about it and possibly leading her to expose Amado in the future. But that's a whole separate discussion. All this would answer why Amado lied about Eida's love charm ability, but it doesn't answer why he wanted her to have it to begin with. And the only answer I can think of right now is that he originally wanted to keep her alive and protected. The ability literally prevents anybody other than her blood relatives, or isshiki, who are blood relatives by DNA, from harming her. So basically, like 99% of the verse can't hurt her. And then on top of that, Eida has an insanely OP little brother who's super fast and super strong, and has this ridiculously OP reflection ability that reflects all attacks as long as he's touching someone with his hands. And that little brother is extremely dedicated to protecting his big sister no matter what. That's literally all this kid ever thinks and talks about. Beating people up if they defy or attack Eida, whether they're Otsutsuki or anybody else. So even if they're Otsutsuki and can attack Eida, Daemon is strong enough to easily beat up people like Code, who are stronger than Jigen, who's stronger than Momoshiki and Kinshiki, and arguably Kaguya too. And then on top of all that, Daemon's OP reflection ability carries over to whoever he's touching. So if someone attacks Eida while Daemon is touching her, the attack will still get reflected, and Daemon tends to usually sit on Eida's back or in her lap, so he's almost always touching her. And don't take that the wrong way.
Nice.
So basically, Eida is like the most safe person on the planet. 99% of people can't even try to attack her, and the ones who can have a pretty decent chance of just having their attacks be reflected on them, or getting beat up by Daemon. Unless of course you're Boro. Then you're somehow able to get past all of that and restrain both of them because he's just the most perfect counter to the duo ever with his virus regeneration. But anyway, Eida is just very well protected. Yeah, Eida's gonna need a lot of protection for Kawaki too. And that may have been intentional. So now the question is, why did Amado want to protect Eida, and why did his plan change later on? This is where we start to question Amado's connection to Shibai. I think everyone agrees that even for someone who worked alongside isshiki for years as his right-hand man, Amado still seems to know a bit too much about the Otsutsuki. It's one of the most sus things about Amado, and Shibai may or may not be the reason for Amado's immense Otsutsuki knowledge in one way or another. And I think that Eida's love charm may have been for Shibai's sake, before Jigen ordered Boro to dispose of her and Daemon. And the same goes for Code and his white karma seal. But I think those deserve whole videos devoted to them, and that's why I'm going to talk more about Amado and Shibai's connection in my next video, and I'll tie Eida into that as well, where I'll discuss some of the most likely options and how that plays into the events we've seen so far, and what may come in the future of the story. But I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think Eida's love charm is something Amado added to Eida by whatever mechanic, in order to protect her for Shibai's sake? And do you think the reason Amado is hiding this is so that nobody suspects there is more to his plan to bring his daughter back? Where his plan is kinda sus too. Let me know in the comment section below, and also drop your predictions for what you think Amado and Shibai's connection will be, and how do you think Eida fits into Amado's original plan before Jigen ordered Boruto to dispose of her. I'm curious if anyone else has similar ideas as me, but that's a wrap on today's video, so thank you guys for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.